Today's the day we figure out if I can beat Dark Souls with only the Dagger. You heard that right. No summons, no Bandit's Knife, or Dark Silver Tracer. Only the Dagger. So the default Dagger has low damage and short range, but makes up for it with a fast swing speed. I'll be writing the script as I go through the challenge, with this part being written beforehand. Comment below if you think I can do this, because honestly, I'm expecting Dark Souls to slap my ass around. I'm dreading Ornstein and Smo. If anything makes me rage quit, it'll be those two. So let's do this. Unfortunately, the only class that starts with the Dagger is the Sorcerer. I named her Chelsea because she's using a dagger, and I picked the Master Key as my starting item. After waking up from our stone floor power nap, we grab the Dagger, aka the best weapon in the game. Meet up with our main man Oscar and grab a bottle of Hennessy. Hop down on the demon of all ass and crown him king for almost a third of his HP. Start slicing those cheeks up like ham, making light work of the demon. So far, so good. Take a few seconds to style on the haters, before we call up an Uber and make our way to Firelink Shrine. Shortly after we arrive at our first skill check, the Tauros Demon. This one took me a few attempts. First try, I died to a Princess Peach forward smash. Second attempt, I got crushed by my own stupidity. But the third attempt was the real deal. I climb up the tower to deal with these two, run across the bridge to get the demon to spawn, climb back up the tower so I can come crashing down on that gray matter. After repeating the process 4 more times, the Tauros Demon fades from reality, for a well-deserved victory. After that, we run past Big Red, meet up with Andre the Blacksmith, level our dagger to +4, grab a Firekeeper Soul, upgrade our flask, and make our way to the Bell of Gargoyles. This boss made me very aware of the dagger's short range and low damage. Until now, everything has been backstabs and plunging attacks, but now I'm using the dagger in full force. Things were going pretty well on first try. Victor wasn't too much of an issue, then Hugo showed up and it went downhill. The way they alternate attacks and bunch up had me running around like an idiot until Victor cracked me on the back of the head, resulting in my death. Second try goes mostly the same, except this time I die to a double serving at Denny's Grand Slam. Once again, the third attempt brings me luck. Dodging fire and blades, I whittled down their HP, almost experienced the joy of gravity, faded Hugo from reality, picked up a cool tail axe that I'm not allowed to use, then I proceeded to delete Victor from life. With that done, I can now ring the first bell. That felt pretty good. I'm feeling more confident about this run, but I know there's still plenty more to come. Back in Firelink Shrine, Lautrec dies from a cold, and I head over to Darkroot Basin. Sent the Black Knight to Florida and picked up the Grass Shield. I won't use the shield for defense, but having it on my back increases my stamina regen, which may come in handy later. Can you smell what the Havel is cooking? This absolute unit of a man holds an item I need. I'll be using a scum strat, so feel free to dislike the video if you think that invalidates the run, but with the power of gravity we can send Mr. Havel to the Shadow Realm. One hit from Havel would easily kill me, as you see here. Wait a second, what is this bullshit? Rewind, please. How the fuck did I get hit? I was nowhere close to that before or after taking damage, but it's whatever. Second try, I send Havel off. Celebrate my victory and loot his ring. Havel's ring boosts your equipped load by 50%. I have a tiny dagger, but I want big armor and fast rolls for those sweet iframes. Back in Darkroot Woods, I picked up the Elite Knight set and immediately challenged the Moonlight Butterfly. This fight wasn't too hard, but god it was long. The butterfly stays in the air like a jackass, so I can't do anything until it lands. While it's chilling on the ledge, it slowly heals, which prolongs this boring fight. My damage output is ass, and my stamina is low. I repeat this process several times, and after 8 minutes of fighting, it dies. The worst part about that fight is how it was all for nothing. Killing the butterfly gives you the Watchtower basement key to unlock Havel, which I already did with the Master Key. What I wanted was the basement key, which I already picked up in the church. Now that I'm wearing heavier armor, I correct my path and get hit with Big Red Cinnamon Breath. On my way to the Copper Demon, Dark Souls tempted me by dropping the Bandit's Knife. But I couldn't betray myself and this run. This is my dagger, there are many like it, but this one's mine. The Copper Demon is considered one of the harder bosses. The arena is smaller than my dagger and the added dogs don't help. I make it 3 seconds into the arena before getting slammed, and after 10 seconds, I die. Round 2 goes much better. I take a few hits going up the stairs, heal up and take care of the dogs. With the 2 good boys out the way, I can now get to work. Utilizing my special technique, the downward thrust, I crack open the demon's bald ass head. This process repeats a few times before I hack the demon apart. Without the dogs, the Copper Demon is pretty easy, so nothing too special to see here. With the keys to the depths in my hands, I head down to the lunchroom, fight off the horde and steal the large ember while no one is looking. Erased Rump Roast and gave her sister Big Butters some crazy backshots. Freed Laurentus because he's a cool dude, then homeward boned back to town. Met up with Andre and gave him the red-hot demon soul. With all my ducks in a row, it's time to ring the second bell. Call me a crybaby bitch, but I'll be taking the back entrance to Blighttown. Besides the large ember, there was nothing I needed in the depths. Maybe I'll do it in a future video, who knows. Anyways, Rank Stank Town has one of my most hated enemies. Meet the Blow Dart Sniper. These little fucks inflict the worst status effect ever. Toxic. Does over 4,000 damage over the course of 3 minutes and usually results in death this early. Now that the Toxic is within my veins, I run through and kill 4 out of the 5 snipers here, then die from puppy overload. The second try, I grab the Firekeeper's soul before bailing out. Why I didn't do that the first time, I'll never know. At the bottom, I get invaded by Man-Eater Mildred, but she was no match for the almighty Dagger. Rolling my way through the swamp, I take a short detour through not 1, but 2 fake walls. Now that I'm in the Great Hollow, I can pick up one of the best items in the game, the Chloranthy Ring. The Dank Weed Ring increases stamina regen by 20 points per second, which means I'll be able to attack and roll more often. With all that fuck shit out the way, I walk my happy ass to Quaylag's hole. I've never fought her without a summon before, so this should be interesting. The first try goes horrible. I did no damage and she went off on my ass like a nuclear bomb. So let's try that again. Next attempt, I've learned how pathetic my damage really is. The short range of the dagger also strikes again. Her spider ass is huge and I don't have enough dagger length to hit it sometimes. Most of her attacks are easy to dodge, but once again I get hit by that Cell Game special. Third try, I use all my brain power. Her lava splooge attack gives me plenty of time to run in and get some hits. The main downside of her doing that attack is that the lava lingers and takes up a good chunk of the battlefield. So to fix that issue, I filled up one side of the room with lava, then ran to the other side. By the time I need to switch sides, the lava will have despawned. The biggest game changer was being aware of that bullshit explosion attack. If the naked lady part bends over, you pull out. After a lot of running around, dodging and baiting attacks, it comes down to the wire, I'm out of Estus, we're both low on HP, I fucked up and got hurt by the lava pool 3 times. One good attack would end me, but she goes in for the lava splooge, I run in and start hacking. Lady Arachne finally goes down. Now that was a damn good fight. With the spider booty out the way, I can now ring the second bell. Since both bells have been rung, I can now access Sen's Fortress. Before leaving, I upgrade our flask thanks to the sister spider, then killed her because I hate spiders. And I took the Firekeeper's soul she bestowed upon me. Back at the shrine, I upgrade my flask once more. This next part is not important to the video, but I still wanted to talk about it. I thought it'd be funny to bully these bowl-cut losers, but turns out they got hands. So I ran away and sat down at the bonfire, but when I go back they aren't at their spawn but still on the stairs for some reason. I was pretty sure resting at a bonfire was supposed to reset enemies, but alright. Also, I made sure they paid the price for having bad haircuts. Serves them right. With that off my chest, we arrive at Sen's funhouse. Honestly, I'm just gonna run through this real quick. I dodged some pendulums, set off some traps, killed some snake boys, then suffered a heart attack from the fucking iron ball. Then ran past some more pendulums, touched a site of grace, bought some large shards, picked up the cage key, ran back to the blacksmith, and upgraded our dagger to +10. Now it's time to beat cheeks with the Iron Golem. My damage is still ass, but the golem is slow and leaves itself open for many attacks. The only thing I have to watch out for is the grab attack. If you're unlucky, he'll throw your ass over the edge. After scratching his ankles enough times, he goes into this stagger animation. I have zero mercy and beat him until he falls down. This lets me get in some big damage, and we all know big damage gives big serotonin. The rest of the fight goes mostly the same. Dodge a few attacks while cutting those ankles. After a few slices, I knock the golem down a second time and continue to make him my bitch. The Iron Golem is a pretty easy boss, so nothing too special to see here.
You are who you choose to be.
After remembering one of the most tragic deaths in all of fiction, we touch a Honey Nut Cheerio and get whisked away to California. Running down Highway 101, we bump into Victor yet again. He's such a nice dude that he gives me a second tail axe that I'm still not allowed to use, but Victor remembered he had a doctor's appointment and had to leave us early. I go through the window, then casually climb up the ladder just to get hit with a nasty two-piece combo. I decided I had enough of this bullshit for one day, so I ran out of there like it's 11 a.m. on Sunday Mass. Back outside, I clank the crank. This pleases the gods, and they bestow upon me more California. Lucky for me, I bumped into Hugo and said hello. He was so happy to see me that he gave me a cool hat before leaving. I'll wear it forever. Now it's time to really put salt on my ass. I speed up the stairs, juke the giants, dash past these dorks, trot down a tilt, run around the roundabout, apex my ascent, dodge that dickhead's darts, deal some dagger damage. The notable knight knocks a nerdy knave to his grave. I fucking hate alliteration. Back on the grind, I try this shit again. The knights must have put axle grease on the walkway because I Looney Tuned my ass off the side. Third time's the charm, right? I run down the walkway and holy sweet mother of fucking god, are you kidding me? You know what? No, I actually want to see a slow-mo of that. I'm here, running, minding my own damn business, and then boom! I get hit by a demon out of the left field, setting my ass over the fence. I'm officially sick of this place. I took my ass back up there like a man, started hacking, whacking, beating that meat. The Silver Knight goes down, and I'm good as gold. With that jackass out the way, we can now enter Backshot Mansion. While in the mansion, I fell into the back rooms, and a mimic tried to eat my ass. The real treat was getting Havel's armor. This place is too spooky. Let's get out of here and learn why they call it Backshot Mansion. Backshot. Backshot. Backshot, 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 backshot. Well, 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 here it is. What I feared most and what you've all been waiting for. Ornstein and Smo. Nah, let me put some respect on their names. Ornstein, captain of the 4 Knights, and Smo, the Royal Executioner. If I can beat them, then anything is possible. First things first, 2 versus 1 isn't fair at all. Ornstein hits fast, while Smo hits hard. Best thing I can try to do is split them up and take them on one by one, while mixing in some hit and run strats. On the plus side, my dagger actually does decent damage here. But as you can see, this attempt isn't going good at all. I keep getting slapped around, messing up my dodges, and making rookie mistakes. Eventually I get punished for trying to heal. The man threw a little curveball at me. If Dark Souls has taught me anything in life, it's to get back up and get good. Alright, so second attempt. Ornstein immediately tries to snipe me with lightning again. I need to focus and not get too greedy this time. My plan is to keep moving, look for openings, and attack while I can. The reason I've been focusing on Smo is not because he's a bigger target, but because Ornstein will sometimes use ranged attacks or just zoom past me, which lets me get in more damage and avoid some attacks. Despite the occasional hits from Ornstein, I've been doing much better this time around. I get Smo down to half health and Ornstein decides to go for a walk in the background. I started to play a bit more aggressively, but Ornstein shuts that idea down real quick. I get back up just to get knocked down again. I'm getting a little nervous now because Ornstein keeps clipping me. After getting smacked around a bit, I finished off Smo, and to take a second to heal up before Super Ornstein.
And this is to go even further beyond!
You'd think him powering up to Super Ornstein 3 would make this fight harder, but no, it becomes a lot easier. On the plus side, he's so damn tall that he misses most of his attacks. But on the bad side, I need to watch out for his lightning butt slam. It's hard to predict and deals a lot of damage. Our fight now takes center stage. I start to get good at dodging the butt slams. My goal is to stay between his legs and do as much damage as I can. Ornstein kept jumping backwards and ended up in a corner. I locked in and kept dealing as much damage as I could. My dodges were clean as hell, it almost looked like I knew how to play. I whittled him down to half health, but I backed off too much. He tried to snipe me with the lightning again, but I did the cleanest dodge in history, only to get punished 2 seconds later. I noticed I'm low on heals. It's kinda do or die right now. Ornstein pulls out a new move. I like to call it the counterclockwise get fucked. He grabs me and hoists me in the air like a fisherman. Ornstein knew it was good and jumped for joy. I start to play more aggressively and get punished for my greed. I'm down to my last Estus. So damn close though, I choose to get more aggressive and I keep swinging. Ornstein finally gets a nasty combo off on me. A big swipe, then a lightning plus spear combo deleting 2/3 of my health. I heal up, and I'm officially out of Estus. I run back in, hacking him down to almost nothing. I just need 2 more hits. Ornstein jumps back, dodging my final attacks. I miss 2 swings. Ornstein returns the favor with a hit and a nasty-ass golf swing. I get back up and deliver the final 2 attacks. Jesus Christ, that was stressful. I'm just as surprised as you are. I think we earned a victory dance for this one. I speak to Mommy Milkers and she passes me the Lord Vessel. Also, I can teleport now. Neat. Now that we can warp around, I return to Firelink Shrine. Downward thrust down a hole, then place the soup bowl to unlock 3 new flavors of bosses. Grape Lord Neato, Seat the Sea Salt, and the Bed of Cherry Chaos. Before we begin the onslaught, I'm gonna need more Estus. This is your reminder to drink some water, you dehydrated fuck. The only exciting things happening in the Bone Zone are me killing the Horde and me thinking of more video ideas. I fell down a pit and then Bone Daddy opened up my exit.
Be gone with you.
The hell is wrong with his voice? Oh well, it's time for one of the craziest boss fights in the series. The Hand of Fate itself. The origin of Giant Dad, Havel Mom, and the Stone Child. Spewing flames like the dragon god of yore. Splitting himself like the Fool's Idol. Cloaked in the very void that fills the gaps between the universe. And he's dead. With my drink pass in hand, I can now carry 20 Estus. I warp back to Quelaag's Hole and make my way down to the Demon Ruins. First up is Ceaseless Discharge. He's just standing there, menacingly. Even my dancing doesn't seem to piss him off, but taking these musty-ass robes does piss him off. Okay, I gotta be real with you, Chief. This isn't much of a boss fight. You just gotta wait for him to whip that tentacle down, then smack it around a bit. I'm not sure if I'm just bored of editing, or if this fight is just lackluster. Either way, this was a long and boring fight, and he has a lot of HP for no good reason. With CD out the way, the lava begins to harden and opens up the next area for me. I got in a quick round 2 with the Copper Demon, but he stood no chance against me. Then Kirk thought he could roll up on me, and I shut that down real quick. With no real threats standing in my way, I challenged the Demon of all ass, but hotter. Like the last 2 bosses, she doesn't put up much of a fight. The only hard part about this boss is the explosion. It has a deceptive hitbox that might clip you mid-roll, but 90% of this fight is trying to get her to jump up and slam that ass down. It gives me plenty of time to get out the way, get back in, and deal some damage. Another easy boss in my opinion. Now for something much more interesting. The Centipede Demon. First thing I do is lead him over to the arena. This lava hurts like a bitch. I'm not sure why I'm surprised by that because it's fucking lava. Now I'm waiting for him to come over, but he decides it's time for the go-go gadget arms. Finally, he hops over, and I can go to town on that ass. This is one of those bosses where I feel like I'm fighting the camera if I get too close to him. He likes to jump and flail around a bit, and the camera does not like it. I ended up cutting off his tail, which makes the fight a little easier, but I completely forgot that the tail comes alive as an enemy. I took a break from the Centipede Demon to deal with this speed bump, then received the orange charred ring early. Orange charred rings are stored within the balls. With the tail out the way, he does more jump attacks, but becomes more predictable. And with that, we take down another boss with only the Dagger. Thanks to the orange charred ring, I can now walk through lava with minimal damage. Before I take on the Bed of Chaos, I killed whatever the hell this is, fought a Witch of Isolith, then gave Kirk his daily ass beating, killed Solaire in what can only be called an accident, picked up my silly boy hat, then slid down to my least favorite boss. I hate the Bed of Chaos with a passion. She's somehow both the easiest and the most annoying boss at the same time. Like, you only need to hit her 3 times, just gotta pop both ovaries, then punch her in the uterus. In theory it's easy, but once you destroy an ovary, the floor breaks away and she gets aggressive as hell. Her hands are like the home run bat from Melee. Get hit with them and your ass is flying off the stage into a bottomless pit. It's some absolute bullshit. Second verse, same as the first. I slide back down just to get smacked around like a 1950s housewife. I managed to avoid the next flurry of fist and pop that second ovary. This pisses her off and she is now fueled by the blistering rage of 1,000 white-hot suns. All that's left to do is diddle in the middle. The floor crumbles away and I get lucky. It's a straight shot to victory. One swipe from the dagger and she goes down easy. With the Wicked Witch of the West out the way, I warp back to Undead Parish and purchase the Crest of Artorias. Our next boss is Sif and I got 8 minutes to get out of this forest. With the power of editing, we arrive at Sif's door. I wish we didn't have to do this fight. All Sif wants to do is protect us from the same fate that befell Artorias. But as the saying goes, all dogs go to heaven. Hurting Sif is like hurting myself. I don't want either one of us to suffer, so I'll make this quick. All of Sif's attacks are filled with love and embrace, each strike more magnificent than the last, the spins radiating with beauty and grace. But the sword is a heavy burden to carry, as is love. Stand proud, Sif. You're strong. I mournfully obtained the Covenant of Artorias, then picked up the Hornet's Ring so I could remember the sting of this fight. With tears in my eyes, I flood New Londo and activate my transient curse. Fun fact, did you know that using the curse turns your green stamina regen to silver? Anyways, I picked up a Firekeeper Soul, busted some ghosts, got my Chastity Key from Little Red Riding Hood, flipped a switch, fought my way through the Dark Wraiths, and their spooky space kook looking asses. Then grabbed one of the most important items for this run. I warped back to Andre and gave him his Christmas present, realized I didn't have a slab, so I took an Uber back to the Undead Asylum, just so I could fight the Demon of All Ass once again. I've narrated this twice already, I'm not doing it a third time. I grabbed the slab, boned back, and got that sweet 15 from Andre. Back at the floodgates, I swapped the dank weed ring out for the sad boy ring. Without it, I'd sink through the floor and be swallowed by the abyss. The 4 kings are pretty much a DPS race. After the first one spawns, a new one will show up every 45 seconds. Dagger deals a sad 110 damage per swing versus their combined health pool of 9,600. For context, that means I need to hit them 87 times. Without the dank weed ring, I have the stamina regen of a snail, which means fewer rolls and swings over time. I have poor depth perception here, so it's hard to tell if their ranged attacks are close or far away, and that purple haze bang they throw out is the biggest offender. Their normal attacks do stagger me, but I recover pretty quickly, but not quickly enough to live. I ended up dying to a 2-piece wombo combo. Back in the abyss, I switch up my strats. Instead of dodging, I simply walk around their attacks. This lets me stay close, save stamina, and get in more swings. But the kings see through this tactic and squeeze the life out of me for it, then punished me with an explosion. Serious question, what is the radius of that explosion? Besides the big boom, this fight goes pretty well. I just face tank all of their attacks and DPS them for the win. That's one boss closer to the end. With the Wingding Kings out the way, I put on my silly boy hat and returned to the Bone Zone. This place wasn't much of an issue, because I Olympic sprint through it like a man. I even had time to give Paladin Leroy some backshots before the boss. Oh boy, it's time for Mr. Miasma, aka the Bone Daddy. I start off by healing because the jump down is complete bullshit. Then Bone Daddy sent his Calcium Cavalry after me. I can knock them out for a moment, but the dagger is not divine. Because of that, they'll continue to get up until Bone Daddy is defeated. Back to the fight, I'm not sure how he missed me with his first strike, but what I need to avoid doing is dragging the Bone Brigade into this fight. Shortly after I learned Bone Daddy has a weird hurt box from behind. I guess the cape protects him or some shit. The only attack I was worried about is his Death Wave. It hits like a truck and sends me flying. That's twice now he's missed with that sword. Bone Daddy heard me talking shit and gave me a Death Wave for it. What I wasn't expecting was the Grave Lord dance. It comes out of nowhere and inflicts me with Toxic. Thought we left that Toxic back in Ranked Stank Town. But in all honesty, the Cartilage Crusader is pretty easy, and I'm feeling bonita. With Neato out the way, I'm off to the library to slay a dragon. On the top floor, I have a nice 1v1 versus the Crystal Methodist. And it's time for the second to last boss. Is what I would say if I could kill him here. The only thing you can do here is die. After a swift death, I'm sent to jail. But I found the keys and easily made my escape. Then the snakes turned on what appears to be the Bloodborne making machine, releasing horrors beyond my wildest imagination. I fought through the Daughters of the Cosmos, turned off the Bloodborne machine and that terrible yee-yee ass music, then proceeded to make my escape. I had to rotate a staircase because some insane asshole designed this place. Whee! Down the ladder, touched the bonfire, grabbed a key from the chest, went back to prison just to grab the Firekeeper Soul, then left the prison again. With all that out the way, I head on down to Crystal Canyon, used my moonwalk to cross the ravine, then entered into Seath's domain. Damn, I got that platinum drip. But wait, what's that being summoned to the field?
I summon Blue Eyes White Dragon!
I start by shattering his hopes and dreams. This gives Seath a reality check, making him vulnerable. He wanted to be an astronaut when he grew up, but now he works retail in the South. Yes, I am projecting. The easiest way to deal with Pasty Pete is to get behind him and hit his third tail. Tentacle, tail, tentatail. Once again, the camera proves to be the biggest enemy. No, that wasn't a jump cut, that was just the camera trying to figure out its life. The worst part of the fight is the Cursed Crystal Breath. It deals rapid damage over time and fills up the curse bar. If that bar fills up, it's instant death. I was so close to dying from that. Half a second more and I would have been dead, so that was pure luck. I don't want to get caught in that again, so I changed up my strats. I started attacking the tip of Ceaseless Tentacles. This lets me get in big damage, but plenty of room to run in case of an emergency. Once I started doing that, Seath kinda shut down. Like he wanted to attack, but he kept turning to reach me. And with that, Seath goes down. I head back to the Firelink altar to drop my mixtape. The gods deemed it straight fire, then shined their light upon me, allowing me access into the Propane Hall of Flame. I'm not sure where else to talk about this, so I'll throw it in here. It's weird that the second half of the game has been this easy. I consider myself a pretty average Dark Souls player. Besides the Four Kings, I don't feel like I've struggled too much in the second half of the game. But back to the video. Besides a few easy to backstab Black Knights, there's no real threats in my way. There's only one man stopping me now, so I enter the ring. He comes flying at me, but I cleanly dodge it. I get in a few attacks before having to dodge again. Gwen not only hits hard, but he's incredibly fast. His attacks either have no wind-up or very long combos. He'll even dodge out of the way to avoid damage. If you're too close to Gwen, you better be ready to dodge. One of the safest spots to heal is behind these rocks. There's a good chance he'll poke you through it, which is how I died. So we try again. I don't mind showing my failures. It's a part of life and shows your growth and experience. I'll take on Gwen as many times as it takes. When I started recording this video, I didn't think I'd make it this far. And when I started editing it, I never thought I'd get to this point either. Keep trying and don't go hollow. We go in once more and dodge his opening attack. He swings twice and misses both. We get in some hits, then he goes in for the grab and misses. I go in and trade blows once again. Gwen gives me a nice 1, 2, 3 hit combo. I get hit twice during the combo and lose a lot of HP. I try to roll away but get hit by chip damage. One hit would kill me, so I get some distance between us. I back off to heal up, but he lunges in. I manage to dodge his thrust, then his flurry of attacks. I only get hit once during the flurry, but this puts some space between us, so I use the opportunity to heal up. I'm trying to play this as safe as I can by keeping my HP high. Gwen jumps back into the fight, then dodges out the way. He goes in for another grab. It's a slow telegraphed attack and lets me get in some damage. He goes in for a third grab but misses once again. I deal some damage but he responds with a slash, followed by a second slash and a thrust. I manage to get in some beefy hits, then the Mad Lad goes in for a fourth grab. I deal my damage but he jumps out the way and hits me with a nasty 2-piece combo. I put the rock between us to give me a chance to sip on that Estus. He comes flying at me. I dodge the first attack but he quickly deletes my health. I'm on the back foot again, but he's also at half health. I walk behind the rock and take another sip. Gwen comes flying at me once more but misses his swing, but makes up for it with a 1, 2, 3, 4 hit combo. Good God. Mad Lad is feeling kinda handsy today, so he goes in for the 5th grab. I heal up and go back to business. It's hard trying to stay this close to Gwen. I have to be ready for anything he does. He's down to about a third of his health. I dodge another series of fiery combos, then place myself behind the rock to heal up. After my refreshing drink, we get into position to square off yet again. Gwen comes charging at me, but fakes me out by doing nothing, then opens up a can of whoop-ass on me and showed me why he is number 1. I get hit with a burning thrust and slash. Those 2 attacks delete almost all my HP. Gwen can finish me off with any attack but goes for his 6th grab, which gives me a chance to heal. He dings me hard but goes in for a 7th grab, so I heal again. This last third of HP has been an iron wall, so it's time to get active. I dodge his attacks with elegance and grace, even getting in a few attacks of my own between his combos. Gwen hasn't learned his lesson yet and goes in for grab number 8. Of course he misses. He gets punished for it and then goes in for a combo plus a big golf swing. He returns my damage with a nasty combo, so I back off and heal just in time. That thrust would have killed me if I was a half second slower. But then Gwen does the impossible. He hits me with that number 9 grab. The sheer awesomeness of that attack puts me flat on my ass, but I quickly get up, tank through Gwen's attack, and hack away the rest of his HP. And with that, Gwen, the Lord of Cinders, has been defeated. You know, it feels weird to finish this. I started recording footage for this project on September 29th, then started the editing on October 11th, and here it is, February 14th with the project finished. I never thought I'd do a whole video with voiceover and edits. There's a lot of things going through my mind and life while making this, so thank you for whoever chooses to watch this. It really does mean a lot to me. I've never had a real goal or direction with life or this channel, but I've always liked the idea of making people laugh, smile, or feel safe. I don't know when I'll get around to making another video like this. I mostly do crappy Let's Plays with my best friend and sometimes with my roommate. It's what makes me happy, so sorry to disappoint anybody. If I do make another video, it'll probably be with bows only. Yes, with the DLC this time. But until then, take it easy, and I hope to see you in the next one. And thank you again for watching.